You are watching Limited Resources Draft Series on MTGO Academy featuring Marshall Sutcliffe.
Hello and welcome to another draft with me, Marshall, on MTGOacademy.com. And we've opened up a butte here in this KTK draft. We've opened up a Dune Blast, which is what I'm going to take. Interesting pack, though. A lot of the cards in it fit nicely into Abzan, which might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. The good news is that we could get something back that we could actually play in our deck, which would be great. The bad news is Pack 2 might be a little sketchy for us since we're passing Flare, Teamer, Charger, Blossoming Sand, Salt Road Patrol, and even cards like Smite the Monster, Shambling Attendant, Scout the Borders, and Unyielding Crewmar can go into this archetype. So, whatever. I'm not super worried about it. I just, it is something to note. Wow. Got shipped Dragon Style Twins. Wow. Yeah, this is just super rough. So the main thing here is the Dragon Style Twins is really, really good. It's a super great threat. We've also got decent options in our colors with Throttle or Swarm of Bloodflies, Feet of Resistance, Mardu Horde Chief, or we could just take Opulent Palace if we are aiming to go 5-color, but kind of one of the reasons to go 5 colors, you get to play Dragon Style Twins and Dune Blast and all that kind of stuff. It's just Dragon Style Twins is really tough to splash, being double red. Man, that's rough. I think I'm just going to take the Palace here. Double red is just too brutal, and Dune Blast is a game plan. Like, Dragon Style Twins is a great threat, but it kind of requires some help. And like I said, double red, ugh. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. But I think we just want to be in a different type of deck than that one's really offering us. So I'm going to take the Dune Blast. Out of this pack, much less good. Kiru Lichlord is not that exciting. Parapet's decent. I like Better Revelation quite a bit now. It's gone up on my list. I'm probably just going to take the Tranquil Cove, though, because there's really nothing jumping out of off of the page here. And when I find that, things aren't super strong signals early, or maybe that they just happen to line up, I'm pretty happy with starting off being the 5-color drafter or the 4-color drafter and adjusting from there. I think traditionally you would probably want to go the other direction where you start off as a 2 or 3-color deck and then kind of branch out when it seems appropriate. But in this format, I've been quite happy to start off with the mindset of, unless I get shoved hard in one direction, then I'll happily go down that direction. But if I don't, then the direction I want to go is staying open and taking lands. All right, we get a Sandstep Citadel, a Tuskguard Captain. What else is here? Not a lot. So the Citadel or the Captain, really tough. If it was just Scoured Barons or Captain, I would take Captain, not close. But Sandstep Citadel is a Tri-Land, and Tri-Lands are just basically not replaceable. That being said, Tuskguard Captain is one of the better 3-drops around. I'm still going to take the Citadel here. At the end of the day, we're going to have enough 3-drops, I think. We'll pick up random morphs as we go along. Sweet. I mean, I love a Bear's Companion, and it's a card I would take out of this pack, but now we have 3 different Tri-Lands. Like, I don't think I've ever had 3 different Tri-Lands this early in the pack, so that's actually just sweet. All right. Secret Plans, there's also a Snowhorn Rider, which I like, and maybe one of these 2 flyers, but let's do it. Let's take a Secret Plans. Secret Plans works really well with this long game plan because it kind of doesn't care anymore. Like we can play Sidisi's Pet or that Harrier or whatever, just kind of junky morphs and make it work. And Dune Blast will clean up the mess and leave us with a decent hand afterwards, even after we've dumped some mana into this type of stuff. All right, well, I like a Bear's Companion here. Monastery Flock is also a consideration as it slows down the game and it's cheap to flip up. But Bear's Companion's really powerful. Like, it is a very powerful card, and it can help super stabilize a board or be a great follow-up play to something like a Dune Blast or a bunch of removal. So I'm pretty happy to pick up a Bear's Companion there. This pack is relatively dead. I think it's between Scaldkin and Embodiment. I suppose we'll just take Embodiment just in case, but I don't really want any of them. I think I'll take the Backwater here. Yeah, I could pick up a Lurkers or an Attendance or a Scout or a Smite or whatever, but a relatively free pick land there is something I'm pretty interested in, so we'll take it. And here's a pet. We'll take the CDC's pet. I don't really like this card very much. I don't think it's a good card. Ooh, nice. But given the route that we're taking here, I think it's a perfectly reasonable pickup there. Tracker, same thing. Like, I think it's a okay morph, but much better when you put it in the context of a Secret Plans approach. So this deck looks pretty sweet to start off with, I have to say. Hopefully it'll keep up. Oh, baby. Isn't this a pack? A Dig Through Time foil and a mythic Empty the Pits, plus really the best morph we could hope for, which is an Ice Feather Aven. I'm going to take Dig Through Time, though, because that card's just awesome. And hope to get something out of this pack. God, this Abomination, probably not, but I would love it. We're not getting Ice Dad back or Incremental Growth. Bondkin, Crippling Chill, those are all going. Probably the land will go. This pack isn't strong across the board. It just has like these really high peaks up at this end. But I'm going to take Dig Through Time because that's sweet. I like a Master the Way or Throttle here. And I guess in a vacuum, I probably would rather just have Master the Way. Drawing a card's, obviously a pretty big game. Killshot Obzon Charm, and then some random morphs. Well, actually some pretty good morphs. I feel like Obzon Charm's the pick if we're going deep on colors. We'll get one of those morphs back. I'll be happy about it. Wow, Obzon Ascendancy too? There's also a Monastery Flock and another Loxodon. I want to pick up at least one Loxodon, if not 2 or 3. But I think Ascendancy probably takes the pick here. Clearly I was wrong and getting wronger about the Obzon cards coming from the other direction after having passed a bunch of good ones. It looks like people are just not interested, as we find some really good Obzon cards, even another one with Kintree Invocation. I think I can just take Woolly Loxodon here, though. Like, Invocation's quite good, but it does require some setup, and I don't think we really need to fuss around too much. Sure, Jeskai Charm, I'll take it. I haven't seen as many lands. It could be the person on our left is jacking all the lands. It's starting to feel like that. But that's okay. We dedicated a lot of extra picks in the first pack to lands, and it looks like we'll probably get more on the backswing. When in doubt, I'm just going to be taking random morphs just to make sure that we have enough to make Secret Plans decent. Right now, we're not quite there yet, but we're approaching it. I don't think we're going to be running Singing Bell Strike. It is not impossible, but it's not likely either. Mindswipe's an interesting pickup and a decent one potentially, though I wouldn't say that it's maximized in this deck. We want to be able to put pressure on and kind of get them, and Mindswipe is like, you need 2 specific colors, which we should have some level of inevitability for our colors, but we can't necessarily expect to get them at a certain time. So that leaves us with like a Kintree Warden or like an Alpine Grizzly, and I'm actually going to take this stupid Warden. I want the morph, and this thing can actually do decent work at holding off certain types of threats. So I think we'll do that. All right, well, nothing came back from the pack that we really wanted here. This is all kind of garbage. Sure. Same here, pretty junky. I'll take a Tormenting Voice. We might even play it. There we go. Sagu Archer, get in there. Again, the random morph clause is in effect there. Take a boon. This is just a mess. I'll just sort by mana cost, even though it's not an accurate representation. This goes here, that goes there, that gets out of here, here. All right, well, the second half of this pack has kind of fallen off for us. I don't think we've picked up a single dual land. I think the person to our left is sniping all of those. So it's going to make it a little awkward for us in this last pack because we have some needs to attend to here as far as getting up to playables, but also we're not done with duels. Like, we've got a good start, but we need probably 4 more, maybe 5 more before like we're really happy with where our dual land count is at. And with only so many picks, you know, we can't really do it. Wow. Crater's Claws or Murderous Cut? Jeez. I don't even know. I guess it's just Crater's Claws. Crater's Claws just kills our opponent. Murderous Cut kills a creature, which is nice, but Crater's Claws can do that some percentage of the time too. So, yeah, we'll just take the Claws. Also, Crater's Claws is probably better against us than Cut. All right, so Thornwood Falls or Mistfire Weaver seems to be the pick here. I really like Mistfire Weaver. I'm going to take it. I just think it's an excellent card overall. And it's another morph for our secret plans. If it wasn't, you know, if it was some other card of equal strength but not a morph, I probably would have just taken the Falls. All right, so a Warden of the Eye or a Jungle Hollow are probably our 2 most reasonable picks. Longshot Squad also, but I think this is one where we have to just bite the bullet and take the Hollow here. Again, we're just low on lands here. We need a couple of more playables, but we're pretty close as it stands anyway. And I mean, there's a few more things I'd like to pick up for the deck, but man, this draft hasn't gone perfectly, so we're going to have to make concessions somewhere. This is probably another case where we just need to take the Tranquil Cove. God, I keep saying Grove. Cove here and move on. I mean, we're only playing a little bit of white, so it's not a super important pickup for us. We could take the Sultai Charm, which is, you know, another nice removal spell to have. But we've got an Abzan and a Jeskai Charm already, plus like the Master of the Way and the Crater's Claws. Like, we have just enough removal as it sits. Yeah, I'll take it, I guess. I guess if our white is somewhat taken care of, yeah, this would be a good pack to have picked up a land. Just substitute literally any of these cards out for a land, and we're pretty happy. Sultai Ascendancy. Not a card I'm in love with. No morphs. Maybe just a Weave Fate. Oh, here's a real pack. An Abzan Guide. Meandering Tower Shell is actually quite impressive too. When you need to block, it just does the best job possible. For 5 mana, it just comes down and blocks everything. Like, they attack with their morph, and you're just like, I do not care, I block. And you don't have to worry about it. That being said, Abzan Guide gets us another morph and gets us a way to dig back if we get down behind a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and take it here. Oh. Okay. Second secret plant's coming this late. Thumbs up. I'm in. I think I just want another morph here. Oh, we just picked up a couple of white cards. I guess I really could use that Cove. Oh, well. Did I get any banners? No. All right, well, this is a nice pickup. I mean, we could use the Hooting Mandrills, but picking up another duel is pretty sweet here. This puts us almost to where we wanted to be. I mean, we're at 7. I would prefer to be in the 8 to 10 range, but it looks like we're not going to quite get there. So we'll have to maybe get a little creative. I think I just want Smoke Teller here. Oh, I wanted that Stalker. Yeah, that was a bad pick. I mean, Smoke Teller's fine. Like, we need a 2-drop for the deck, but like just passing a decent morph like that, I think I would have rather just had that. I think that was a mistake. Longshot Squad. Or I could take a banner. This deck does look like it kind of wants a banner. Longshot Squad's really good, though. Yeah, let's take the squad. I might not even play the banner, so I don't want to overcommit. I'll take Trumpet Blast so I don't have to play against a stupid thing. Yeah, I think Glacial Stalker's better there. I mean, there is an argument to saying that we just need more 2-drops that do anything. We don't have any. That was our first one that actually affects the board. But I think that, the argument is, well, we're just going to play Secret Plans on 2, hopefully, and curve out or whatever. Okay. So that puts us at 27. And let's see what our curve actually looks like. Loxodon goes here, Behemoth, Tracker. Let's see. Gwide, this guy. We certainly got there on the morphs. That's the good news. I can put this either way, but just to signal where it goes. Okay. This looks decent. I think we can kill a Weave Fate and a Tormenting Voice, because the idea being that the Secret Plans take that role of drawing us cards. Same thing with Scout. I like Scout with Dig Through Time, but I think we have so much do nothing going on that we need to minimize that as much as possible and just have like basically removal and creatures and stuff like that. Embodiment can probably go. I mean, it's not bad in this deck. How many blue mana sources do we have in our duels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. We actually could have a fairly early embodiment of Spring, at least just to come down and block and then get the green at some point. It does seem like it's one of the weaker cards for us, though. I could probably cut it. Let's take a look at by color and see what we're actually looking at here. Where's all of our white cards? They're all over here. So those are all white. That's a white card. This is blue, green, red, black. Red, 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 red. We have some red. Blue is one of our main colors, if not our main color. Green, black. Green, black, blue is our core, and then it looks like we've got some red and some white. So that's kind of where we're going to go with it. That being said, I think we can probably cut this Tracker, as it's the least exciting morph we have outside of maybe Kintree Warden, which I actually kind of want just because it's cheap to flip. We could also just cut the War Behemoth, though. Let's see how many morphs does that make us have here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Did I put the guy? Yeah, that's 9. That's actually still plenty. I don't know if I want to go lower than that. Yeah, I could probably just kill this embodiment and make this our deck. I like it. We ended up with 7 dual lands, like I said, which is okay. Blue is our main color, and like we're splashing, yeah, so we're splashing those. 4, 2, 1, 1, 3. All right, let's just see what this looks like. Whoop. All right, so blue sources: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not too bad. Green, a very important one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a little low. Black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's also a little low. Red. 1, 2, 3. That's a little low. And white. 1, 2. Not that one, but 3. Also a little low. So our mana sucks. Wait. 4, 5. Wow. Okay. So this is what's taking them up. All these planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how I missed that, but yeah, we do not need 7 white sources. Probably need 5, but we need more green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want one more green, so let's add a forest. Blue leaves us as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is good. White, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, which is good. All right, so this is getting better. Red is 1, 2, 3. Which is not great. We should get to 4 there, I think. Probably want to get to 4. And what else does that leave us? Black. Black at 5. Black at 5 is not unreasonable. We actually don't have that much. I think this is about as close as we're going to get here. I could go to 6 forest, but I feel like forests are some of the cards we want to actually hard cast contain green, so we'll stick with that. Oh, we even get a free land. I forgot. Yay, I haven't put 18 in. I've only up to 17. So what was the one that we wanted the most of here? The one that I was like, if we could get one more black, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's add one more swamp. Feel pretty good about that. Okay, off we go.
Curious about the price of a Magic Online card? Try our searchable price guide on the right sidebar of any MTGOacademy.com page.
All right, here we are in the first round, and I believe we've got a keeper here. We've got our best card, and we've got the mana to cast it once we hit 4 more. All right, got that set. Yeah, trying to secret plans here in the next turn or two would be pretty incredible. That's big. So which one of these are we least likely to really care about here? Well, they're all pretty decent against an Alpine Grizzly, to be honest. I guess the Kintree Warden's probably the least important. We have the mana to flip up the Rider and the Archer, which is quite nice. So let's just attempt to trade this guy off. He might not even want to attack into it, too. There's always that chance. Yeah, sometimes they just don't want to trade their Alpine Grizzly for random morph. It makes sense. Oh, all right. So now we got to start thinking about Dune Blast here and what our world looks like there. Probably still worth it to run out another morph here. And I think I'll go actually for the Snowhorn Rider here. I'm just going to leave this back. I would probably still just trade off here. But now what I really want him to do is just develop out his board in like a huge way. Yeah, this will work. This is great. We're not going to cast any more creatures. He might even attack now. Yeah, sure. Do we take too much damage if this thing becomes a 4/4 lifelink? Now we're going to take 4 from this now anyway. I'm going to take it. Jeskai Charm, which we can even cast, which is kind of sweet. But I think for now, I think the plan is pretty straightforward. We just leave back mana to morph our guy and or regenerate plus Jeskai Charm. And we just try to set up for this. I mean, our whole game plan's around Dune Blast. Interesting. All right, I think this looks pretty decent to me. We just block like this. See what he does. He's going to throttle the morph post blocks. Can I do anything about it? I can flip it up to make it a 1/1, but that doesn't actually get me where I want to go. I can Jeskai Charm the Battle Priest to put it back on top of the library, but if I do that, it doesn't save this anyway. Give my guys +1/+1 and lifelink until end of turn. That doesn't do anything either. All right, so I think the play is then to just regenerate here and just let that happen. It's just a 1-for-1. I mean, it's not a big deal. Sure. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we will get to fire off the Dune Blast next turn, and with that in mind, probably just not going to cast anything here. We'll take one more hit, and then we'll Dune Blast away the world, and then we'll try to come back with this. That's the plan. Ideally, he plays another threat here. Perfect. Told 4-for-1s are good. So the next order of business is to get Obzon Guide down and active so that we can make sure that we gain some life just to get out of range of him, slamming a couple of big creatures. Like, that one's not enough, but, there are creatures that are good. Here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. I think, let's see. I think I probably just want to sit like this, actually. Normally, I think I'd just throw that archer down too, but this might actually just be better. Because now I can leave up mana to Obzon Charm or Jeskai Charm if something gets silly. So he's probably got like a Smite the Monstrous or something along those lines. Suppose if he has those, I'm kind of in a bad spot either way. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and flip here. And block. So he's letting me go to blocks, which means he could have a pump spell like Become Immense, which we passed, which would actually just kill us. Or he could just have... He couldn't have really Smite the Monsters. I think he would have used that. He could have like Awaken the Bear, which we don't really care about. But I think we do need to play around Become Immense because it feels like that's one of the few ways that we can actually lose this game. So I'm going to go ahead and just chump block. Because if we untap, we've got a whole bunch of good stuff at our disposal here. All right, Bloodsucker, sure. Not Suspension Field, good. Oh, that's a nice draw too. think I want to attack here. Because I can have Sagu Archer and I can master the way either the Flare or the Bloodsucker. The Bloodsucker might actually be a bigger issue at this point. So let's attack here because I don't think he's got any realistic options. That puts us up to 13, which makes this Bloodsucker much less of an issue. So I think I'm just going to take out the Flare here while he's tapped out. This leaves us with white, green, black, so I can still cast Abzan Charm or Sagu Archer if I want. Or Sultai Charm. So if he does have what's it called, then I take some beats here. Yeah, I'll just say go here. Can take 4 here and not really worry about it. We just get that right back again with the guide anyway. Let's just hope he doesn't have Kill Shot. Sweet. God, I still think he has that Become Immense, which would put us to 1. Actually, it would kill us. All right, I'll just try to trade off here. I mean, obviously, I'd rather just flip it up and eat the Bloodsucker, but this actually puts him in a bad spot if that is what he has, because it just kills that thing. And leaves me with 3 removal spells in hand and an Abzan guy that he apparently doesn't have an answer for in hand. So I think that works out okay for us. Now, if he kills the Abzan guide, I'll be pretty bummed. But it certainly doesn't seem like he has the tools to do so, so that's going to work out okay so far. Huh, that's a pretty good draw. No attack, but you can't really anticipate that he's going to block here unless he drew Awaken the Bear, in which case I'm just very happy. What is this? All right, well, I'm just going to say this. No, he's just chumping? What is that? What the heck? Did he draw a Sweeper of some sort? Hermit Core. Why would you chump block? What was that chump block all? I cannot figure out what that was about. Maybe he has a Feat of Resistance that he wants to use here. We have not drawn much since our big play. Might just use the Sultai Charm to draw cards. Feel like he's got feet, though. Well, let's find out. Oh, he doesn't. Ooh, there's a good draw. Whoops. All right, so you're dead next turn if you don't have anything. All right, well, now that we drew Crater's Claws, I think we just Sultai Charm the long shot squad, I guess. I mean, we have the win multiple ways here, but... Whoops. Blue. All right. This way we don't have to show them the Creator's Clause. The Creator's Clause can give us inevitability in a situation where our opponent thinks that they can let the game go really long, but in fact they can't. Maybe we want a Rotting Mastodon in this matchup. Rotting Mastodon does pretty well at just forcing our opponent's hand. I still have no idea like if he had that card. Yes. If he had the the Become Immense. I still like playing around it just because we were in such a commanding position that I felt like we could afford a little bit of board state to get there. But yeah, Mastodon or a Dreadmaw even. I don't know if those are better than what we already have, though. I'll just ship it. Kind of an interesting matchup. Our opponent's quite aggressive, too. We want to trade off our stuff when we can, unless we have our Dune Blast at the ready. All right, turn to Secret Plans with 2 morphs in hand. Yep. We need some stuff to go right. You know, these aren't exactly our most efficient morphs to flip up, but we've got tons of morphs in the deck, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of them. Smoke Teller. All right, let's see what mana we hit. Oh, another morph. A good one, too. We can flip that one up pretty quickly, too. Secret Plans on the draw. Not too bad. Our deck is very 2-drop light anyway. But I may just run Mistfire Weaver out there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I could see the argument for running like Snowhorn Rider, but I actually want to get this thing flipped up. Sure. Ooh, that's a good draw. That opens up this and this. I like that. Black mana would also be good here. I think we can just take a hit from the Flare. The thing that I'm a little concerned about is that he's going to hit 5 mana and have Throttle. He might just snap off our Morph, in which case we would be a little unhappy. But the Morph just sitting there is not too bad. Yeah, why don't we just do that? Why don't we just say go here? And I'll get my card off of the Morph. And it still sits here and blocks Smoke Teller. And I can take 3 here and not be too worried about it. Okay. Obviously, I'm not thrilled to waste the ability of it, but getting the cards rolling is pretty important, as you can see. So I can Master the Way anything, including the other Morph, which is probably a pretty nice play here. The downside to doing that is that I don't get to play Jungle Hollow this turn, which will unlock Obzon Charm, etc. So I think I'll wait a turn on that. Play the Snow Dad. Going to keep the Misfire Weaver back for block purposes. This point, I'm looking to trade everything off for everything. Like I can just start Secret Planzing every other turn or whatever and just outcard my opponent in the long term. So like if I trade my Mistweaver off for a Smoke Teller or more for whatever, it's fine. This is going to be a Throttle? No, a Soothsayer. All right, well. Looks like in the card battle, our opponent has something to say about that as well. So, yeah, we'll see. I still think that Secret Plans can outpace what our opponent's doing, even with the Bitter Revelation as Soothsayer, because we get to develop our board while doing it. I mean, Soothsayer does that, but like Bitter Revelation doesn't, for example, and we're drawing just as many cards. So, should probably attack with the Flare. I mean, I don't really have, I can't represent anything here, so. All right. Flock is a sweet draw, actually. I'm a little concerned about this Morph, but the Flare is also just kind of an issue. Snowhorn Rider. Let's see, I can flip it up. Yeah, I'm just going to ship the turn back here. I can represent flipping up this Morph, and if not, I can Jeskai or Obzon Charm something. Scouting Borders, okay. Certainly Murderous Cut is a card I have to keep in consideration here. Bitter Revelation hits the board, so that's kind of cool. And another Morph. All right, so things looking okay for us here. Especially if we hit our Dune Blast. So let's get a card. And I think I just want to play Monastery Flock. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. I'll just play the Monastery Flock face down here. I think I might have mistapped my mana. Let's see here. Obzon Charm. I can't actually cast it, can I? White. No, I can't. And I can't cast Jeskai Charm either. All right, well, I wonder what I did wrong there. But anyway, that does mean that I need to do something else this turn. Which probably just playing Willy Loxodon. Could probably make an argument that that's a better play anyway, but... Secret, sure. I feel like Longshot Squad and Jeskai Charm are probably the cards. Jeskai Charm getting +1/+1 to everything, though, could be huge. I guess I could just ditch Master the Way, but it just gets a card right back. Yeah, I'll keep Jeskai Charm and Master the Way. Jeskai Charm with a board this big all of a sudden becomes this ridiculous thing. These morphs apparently are unexciting to our opponent. I'm going to attack with my Weaver. Okay. Opponent's just going off. Drawing a million cards here. Discard Shambling Attendants, even though he could play it for black mana. Interesting. You can flip up both morphs and draw 2. I feel like I can start attacking pretty safely here now with Abzan Guide. So I think I'll just start pecking away in the air here. Maybe he's got a Sagu Archer or something, but he doesn't. So we're going to see one of these flipped up. What is it? Is it a Loxodon? It's got to be a Loxodon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What costs 7 here? It's only 6, right? Yeah, only 6. Oh my God, we're getting emptied. Holy crap. This is going to be for 400. Wow. For 8. All right, well, I haven't done the math. But if he just attacks with everything and we Jeskai Charm, my gut says that we could probably survive it. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so he's just going to ship the team in there. All right. So first things first. Is that. All right, so let's get some blocks in place. Definitely want to make sure that we kill these morphs. All right, so let's see if this works. Oh, there's more. Oh, he just turned up Monastery Flock. Okay, sure. Don't actually know how the math works out. I haven't bothered, but it's not like I don't actually need to figure it out because either we survive or we don't here. I think we do. Yeah, pretty easily. And this could actually set us up for the victory potentially. No, I guess not. Going to 21 is going to make that very difficult. So it was a Bondkin that we killed. We could also just find, you know what? Wasn't it? Supposed to be, what's it called there? All right, so can we win? Let's do some math here. So we're getting hit for 16, 24, but we can block a bunch of it. I can block this here. Guide gets flipped up, which is a big game as well. In fact, it might even be worth doing it on our turn here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't quite do flip up morph and play master the way, though I think flipping up the morph is absolutely critical here, unfortunately. So I don't think we can actually get away with what I really want to do. Can I kill him? I can master the way for 4, put him at 17. He blocks here. He takes 2, 7. Yeah, not even close. So we're probably just going to have to play conservative here and flip up Abzan Guide. If we flip up Abzan Guide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that leaves us with either 4 mana or 3 mana. Probably 3 mana just for a Sagu Archer, which would let us play our Cliffs here. And I think we can survive with the Guide. So let's do that. So white, black, green, so that all works out. Obviously not a great spot for us, but at least we have outs in our deck, which is kind of nice. How many cards in our opponent's library? 10. I do believe that we survive, though I'm far too lazy to actually do the math because, again, like I find that there's times when I'm really benefited to do the math and actually work through all the numbers and stuff. But here our play is straightforward. Like we don't have another option. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't really see the huge, like, why am I sitting here grinding out all these numbers just to find out something that is inevitable anyway? It's really on our opponent to figure it out. So if he just ships the whole team, then we know. You know, that he's decided that he can win this way. Doesn't attack with the Swarm. All right, he's probably got Throttle in his hand. So let's go to blocks. So this has us taking 2, 4, 6, 8. And kind of decimating his board. Right, 2, 4, 6, 8. Maybe he just wants to make this swarm of blood flies just impossibly huge. He's past priority. All right, well, I think we need to gain some life here. And I just don't think that he can realistically pass priority with just nothing in his hand here. So I think fairly safe to get our card and do this whole thing. Yeah, that actually works out super well for us. I mean, his Swarm of Bloodflies is getting completely out of hand. I would have liked to have killed it last turn. But we do have at least a chump block for it. And we can gain 4 life if we need to. Actually, we've got 2 chump blocks for it. All right, this is getting better and better for us. I shouldn't have done that. What I should have done is attack with the Loxodon. No, I guess it becomes an 11-11, so that would have been dumb. Okay. I think we're okay here. Yeah, because now if he attacks with the Bloodflies, we chump it with Monastery Flock, and we can now attack with Guide. You know, if it trades for a couple of zombies, I think that's okay. How about we draw 2 cards? We could also just rip our Dune Blast at any time here and kind of end this charade. But no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's cast this. It's 5. Five zombies is really annoying. Right. I'm just going to trade it off for a couple of zombies. I want to gain the life. Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect if he does that. Because now we're not dead to 1 hit from the swarm. I get to flip this thing up this turn and gain a ton of life. And we really need to find an answer quickly as our clock has dwindled. I'll probably get a bit quieter here. I can't draw a removal spell that we can cast anyway here, so I'm just going to chump. Flip this thing up. Draw some cards. Okay, there we go. I choose you. Should be able to close this game out fairly quickly from this point, theoretically. Two-turn clock as it sits. Even if he's got a removal spell for Willy Loxodon, we've got backup plans. All right, Bitter Revelation could slow things down. It's really, like, we've got plenty of time on our clock, but if he does force a game 3, then we're in pretty big trouble because our deck's so slow. These have just been really grindy games. He's got 3 cards in his library after that? Okay, that seems like a mistake then. He's going to dead drop. Okay. And we can recover from that pretty quickly, but I think that it's just a clock game at this point. I'm going to keep playing lands as well. Excuse me. Basically, the reason I'm killing his guy, even though it's not that good right now, is just because he needs to kill us, and he's got 2 cards to do it. So if we just completely take any threats off the table, then he really can't do that. Also, we've got inevitability from Crater's Claw sort of hanging out in our library somewhere too. So with 1,000,000 mana. No problem. He's got 1 card left in his library, so it's just a matter of time here. Yep. So all we have to do is just pass a turn now. All right, we got there. So that was a fun one. That was a super fun game, actually. Really grindy, and hopefully we have 2 more good matches like that. And hopefully we win them too.
If you'd like to exchange your Magic Online cards for event tickets while logged in on Magic Online, you can do so by trading MTGO Academy's official bot, Academy Buy Bot. You can find it in the Magic Online trading area or add it to your buddy list.
All right, second round. We do want to play first. And I think we can keep this. Once again, we've got our Dune Blast, 2 of our 3 colors to cast it, but we should be able to find the other one by the time we hit this type of mana. And it lets us form a nice game plan. I think it also shows off the Kintree Warden a little bit here, too. I never thought I'd say that sentence, but I'm not going to run it out on turn 1. Sometimes you do. But given the way that our deck's constructed, I don't think that it's correct in this case. Like if we just were to draw one of our 2 secret plans there, I'd be super bummed that I had done that. Genius. So how does this next turn go? I think I can play Obzon Guide here, or maybe even Kintree Warden. Yeah, let's just do that. And then I can play secret plans and even flip it up and draw a card. Right, morph it. I can play all right, well. You know what? I'm not gonna block. I actually want to get the card off of it. I think with secret plans, you do need to, like normally I would be happy to make that trade, but looking ahead, it actually makes sense to just get a card off it and have a regenerator up against a card like this. There's a good draw. So now I can block either one, make him use a combat trick or something to get rid of it. And I can even flip it up and draw a card. Kieran, sure. So Dune Blast is starting to look like big time plan A here for us. Yeah, let's get that card. Probably want to get my my cliffs down here, but that means I don't get to regenerate. So it's actually kind of an awkward scenario here, though I suppose it's not too bad because kin tree trading off for either of those is fine. So let's just do that. Plus the other morph should hold him back decently. This guy's going to hit us. We know that. Beautiful. So we'll have 6. We need one more land to Dune Blast. And then we'll leave up our Abzan guide as the last guide standing. Okay, and you have something else. You're going to use the mana to Outlast. Okay, so this is working out beautifully. If we can hit the land drop out of the next 2, then we're going to be in great shape. I think just flipping up Guide is the play here. That gives us 2 draws and an untapped land to fire off Dune Blast, and it also just keeps our board like pretty nicely stable here. I could Bear's Companion, but I think that's the follow-up play. This is a little risky, like if this guy just gets snapped off, it's no good. We'll take some damage from Kieran, maybe even from Leaping Master. But our opponent doesn't have any great attacks here, not without a removal spell first. Yeah, Master to the Skies, okay. If we take 4 here, I can live with that. Yeah, I take 4 here, get to draw a card. Maybe he even commits a little more. He's at least going to put another counter on Bonkin, but might even play another creature. Okay. So let's get that card draw going. All right, we did it. So let's fire it off. All right. So this is a nice position to be in here. We've got a dig through time, which we can cast. We've got great follow-up plays. This is probably going to get kill shotted if I had to guess, but that is not going to stop me from attacking with it. Nope, no kill shot. So this is just even better. Let's do it like this. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can basically just kill him in 2 turns. All right. So plan A obviously came through in a big way there. What would we like to do about what we've seen from our opponent? Relatively aggressive, but not, not ridiculously so. I don't think we need to do much. Our deck is already basically pre-made to tussle with a deck like this. I mean, we don't have any, like I'm always very cognizant of flyers in this format, so that's why you see the long shot, the Sagu Archer, and the Flock plus our, what's it called, Misfire Weaver 2. So, I don't think we, we're not weak to just like random flyer or whatever, and we're certainly built to beat these mid-range decks. So let's play again. Okay, do we have a keep here? Yeah, we do. Again, we've got the Dune Blast with most of our mana to cast it. We've even got a turn 2 secret plans here. No red mana for these guys. This one doesn't really matter as much, but this one obviously does. Yeah, still. I think secret plans on turn 2 into a morph is quite strong. Remember, it's a 2/3. It's not just it's not just the card draw. So you actually get a little bit better of a board presence out of the deal too. Now we've got mana for Dune Blast at some point, for Abzan Charm as well, in 2 turns. Oh, that's interesting. I think for now, though, pretty content to just do this. Good, good. Still want red, but probably just to kill this thing ultimately. But this okay. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still a few turns away from. All right. Well, I'm going to discard Crater's Claws here. We can't cast it. We could at some point during the course of the game, but our game plan is really Dune Blast, and we need to make sure we hit all of our land drops leading up. You monster. Awkward. I still think it's correct, though. Like, the way that we lose this game is he bum rushes us, basically. He plays all of these things. He's going to attack here, probably. No? All right. And then plays like a rush of battle or whatever. So that means that we need to Dune Blast as soon as possible. So let's draw a million cards. He's going to kill this? Sure. It's a little awkward. Oh, what is this? Sage Eye Harrier, sure. What is this doing here? This is interesting. I mean, normally I would just fire off the Dune Blast here. We get a 3-for-1 off of it. Maybe I just do. What the heck is this here for, though? Yeah. Who am I to turn down a 3-for-1? I mean, he's obviously got some type of a backup plan after having seen it, but yeah, that's not a very impressive one. Let's just be honest. Very beatable backup plan. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't quite flip this one up, but I can flip this one. So let's plan on that. Lovely. And now we just basically completely take over the game. Or draw a bunch of lands. Either way. Now that that white man is tapped down. Maybe it's greedy to attack, but I really want to just get him dead. Sweet. Hello. So we got 3 cards in our yard right now. Sure. I'll just save dig, which I can cast here pretty easily. Yep. Okay, so now we know that he doesn't have any other cards in his hand as well. This is just getting better and better. No delve mana needed. Okay, so we can get Jeskai Charm, Weaver. Seems good. Whatever. Oops, I thought that was his end step. Oh well. So this is a lethal attack. It's going to force a chump block of some sort. And then we have all types of ridiculous follow-up plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We can do all of it. Can't quite do this, but we'll live with it. Just going to leave up Obzon Charm in case he has top deck something absurd. But in reality, I think we're going through the motions here as, well, we've pretty much gone off here. All of our creatures are now lethal. All right, finals time it is.
If you'd like to purchase Magic Online cards with event tickets while logged in on Magic Online, look at MTGO Academy's selection by trading our official bot, Academy Sellbot. You can find it in the Magic Online trading area or add it to your buddy list.
All right, again, we will be playing first. This does not look like a keep to me. It's only got 2 lands and 2 colors that aren't really doing much here. Like, even if we had a mountain in place of one of these, you know, maybe we could Crater Claws a 2-drop or something, but we're going to have to ship this one back. This one, I think we can keep. We've got 3 morphs and 2 lands, so any land basically lets us start casting morphs. If we happen to draw one of our secret plans, we've got that on turn 2, which is, you know, it's a pretty big game for this deck, so we'll take our chances. All right, now we're up to 4 morphs, so any untapped lands start to get much better. Parapet, perfect. just going to play it. So far, we haven't really been able to do much, so, if it comes down to, well, we just want to get Misfire Weaver in the air and beating down, that might be a strategy we want to play. All right. That sucks. Now we need a red source or a black source very quickly. No, this is actually both colors, isn't it? How do I know? Yeah, it turns from black to whatever there. All right, so Kintree Invocation. Great. Red source would kill it, which would be nice, but we don't have it. So let's just keep developing our board here. So we're under weird pressure. We're under kind of extreme pressure from the Spirit Warrior and then nothing else to back it up. So yeah, let's hope that we find some stuff quickly. A few land drops would be good. If we can flip up War Behemoth and just have it block, that'd be great. But this is a big play for him. Okay, not perfect, but it will do. Yeah, if we hit a red land or a black land, I'll be quite happy, but hitting any land is good. Yeah. Let's see if he makes it 6/6, he gets to kill all of them. How are we going to win this game? Can we take 8 here and still win this game? Probably. Starting to slip away pretty quickly, though, with this thing looming and us really not doing much. Man, but if he has Awaken the Bear, he just kills all of them. I guess he would actually. If he has Awaken the Bear, though, that thing still dies. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. See what he leaves us with here. Good guess. Well, okay. Hard to call that an ideal draw, but I guess I'll take it. I can, at some point, flip this thing up and draw an extra card. I wonder if it'll be too late. Our opponent doesn't need much here to really just kind of put us in a spot where we're pretty dead. Yeah, Suspension Field. Well, at least he took the wrong one this time. Theoretically, we have a block here. Okay. I can live with that. Come on, stuff. All right. That gives us an answer to this down the line. Do we just die before then, though? Yeah, it is starting to look like it. Yeah, I don't really see how we get out of this. Like, I can play Woolly Loxodon. We have blocks here, but he hits us for 5 and then kills us. So we have to chump block this thing next turn kind of either way. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get out of this mess. So, well, we'll try it anyway. Jeskai Charm to gain life is going to be too slow because we still need an answer to this. Sultai Charm, destroy target. Well, okay, I can destroy Suspension Field. If I draw a black mana source, that could be interesting. Get a pet, chump block, buy us a turn. Yeah, this doesn't really feel like a winning scenario for us here. He can just flip up another morph here too and get us. He's going to give this thing trample. We take 3, take 5, take 4. Yeah. All right. Well, that wasn't very awesome. We did get there on our lands. Is there anything we can do? I need to do multiple things in one turn. He's left up this for this. So we basically just die here. All right. Let's try again. That mulligan hurt us. We stumbled a bit, but the mulligan was definitely bad for us. All right, let's run it. Singing Bell Strike, maybe, but probably not worth it. Matchup looks okay. Okay. Need a creature. But I like having Jeskai Charm plus most of the mana to cast it. And I like having all the removal plus Dune Blast. Dune Blast is going to go a long way. But yeah, we need a morph at some point here. Haven't found one somehow. There's one. Okay. Jeez, again? And we have the same kind of junker situation happening here. Yeah, these draws have just been super awkward for us, but hopefully they get a little better. Okay. Can definitely live with that. Okay, that's ridiculous. This is lame. Missing land drops is lame. We're on 18 land so that this doesn't happen, and when it does, it sucks. We live with the fact that we might not have all of our colors at all times, but I think that we kind of bank on the fact that we're going to have the mana that we need. And we haven't been that lucky here. So we're essentially dead at this point, which is lame. Obviously, because our hand is insane. But even if we just take out any 3 random spells here, it's still insane. Yeah, all right. All right. So a disappointing finals. We never hit our 4th mana. in our game. So that sucks. I wish that we could have gotten some play there. I think the matchup was totally fine for our deck. You know, his deck was pretty slow, pretty mid-rangey. We have answers to the token so that, you know, we take that pressure off, and then the game is just completely in our hands. We get to Dune Blast later. We get to go to Value Town with secret plans, and I think our game plan works pretty well on average. If you guys have any feedback or anything, Twitter is probably the best place. It's Marshall_LR on there. And as always, you can find all things limited resources at lrcast.com. Thanks. We'll see you next week.